card with a sweet one, please. Someone flicks me a baggy. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah. It's a full strong, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. You are now tuned in to the RnR Hour with our brother, Mr. Neutral's Corner, aka Steve, aka I own the bagpipes, aka I run Scoot Liverpoolian areas. How are we doing today, gentlemen? Obviously, with my co-host,
Ricco, how could you forget? Our friend Neutral is the voice behind Shrek and Fat Bastard, of course. Don't forget that. Yeah.
Right,
90s movie aficionados will know.
The fans aren't privy to our WhatsApp group chat, but yes, Stevie does give an impeccable Shrek what the word impersonation. Get out, Muslim. Anyway, gentlemen, big up to everybody in the space right now. Thank you to all the fans out here. I know that we obviously have our regulars, Saka, Ellis, Paloma, Lucy. Big up to you guys. First of all, before you start doing your comments and everything, we love you guys and welcome to newcomers, of course. Starting obviously with my co-host Ra. I actually found out his real name today. I couldn't believe it, only due to
no friggin' way.
On God,
I only just learned what my real name is.
On Abdul Wahid, I swear, I couldn't. I didn't know that your real name was what your real name was. So yeah, we learn new shit every day. Ra, how are you? And I'll let you slide in to introduce our special brother guest. And this is for clear promotion, by the way.
Yes,
Ra?
Neutral's Corner fans will be well aware that he's the man that joins your controversial nightly boxing and bants events, and he is a welcome addition to the iBoxingHub family with a superb show coming up soon. It's going to be called Neutral's Hard Talk Hour. Yeah. Get with
also,
it.
we do
have guests, hard talk, none of this friendly chit chat that me and you have got. Nah, this guy don't muck around. We're talking Fat Bastard when he comes in and challenges Austin Powers. Yeah, that's what we're talking. So look out for Neutral's show coming up soon, right here on iBoxingHub. So welcome, Neutral.
Big up to Neutral before I let you give your victory speech, my brother, because you do deserve this time right now to kind of flex, just flex the scootishness. Also, we do have Abbas, our brother, who obviously brought you those incredible interviews from the Jack Hatterow and Josh Taylor press conference. He will be having a show obviously bi-weekly with Neutral Pause called The Crossover. Great name, obviously collaboration from all of us involved. Definitely a collaboration. But yes, great, absolutely great show. But without further ado, my brother Neutral, it's on you, bro. How do you feel about the new show?
I feel absolutely elated, ecstatic. I feel I don't deserve it, but hey, I'm here and I'm going to make my mark on the world of media and interviewing. And for those that know me, 1 year on Twitter, I've met the right people, I've gotten the right groups, and we've all grown exponentially, and I love it. I love it. But what I'll be bringing to the people, the good fans of boxing, is something different. Like you guys said, you're all very, very professional. You know, you're very aware of, you know, standards in media and all that, but neutral doesn't do that. I will be asking the hard, gritty questions. I'm going to be embarrassing people, all in good nature, of course. But you know, you've got to be able to. You've got to be able to stay in the kitchen with me. You know, so I'm going to be bringing that up. I hope to be joining my good friend of ours, Ricco, Mr. Evans Tobler. We've got to know him very well over the last year, ever since the Haney fight, and so much to the point where I would love for Mr. Evans Tobler to be on as a co-host of ours, and we can get that show rolling. To reach out and branch out to the US fans who've got something to say and to come onto these doors and get the points across, and we'll go through them, and we'll also be having special guests along the way from the world of boxing, insiders at ESPN, and obviously, of course, the boxers themselves who I'll be interviewing, and I'll be making sure that they go away from those interviews a different person than they walked into them. Let's say that, and they'll give them something to certainly think about and where their careers are going. But that's what I'm looking for. I hope everybody tunes in, like and subscribe to iHub Boxing, also to D-Rock, the sponsors of our shows. There you go. Big shout out to D-Rock. He's backed us to the hill. So, let's put on some good shows, guys. And let's rock this world.
Well, you'd be happy to know, Neutral, that I'm actually speaking to Evans on your behalf of, having
yes,
you as the co-host. So and I can honestly say that it's very, very positive, bro. So all I can say is, all I can say is that right now we've got Neutral, we've got Abbas, we have two great shows, obviously, on the platform, and everybody knows, when Ra and I first started the RnR Hour, I think how many shows have we had now? 24 shows. It's Ra and and I'm not sorry for this obvious appreciation post right now for all of us. But when Ra and I first started everything, we had Ellis, we had Sack. It wasn't what it is right now, and I just want to thank everybody, all of you, for just tuning in, believing in us. Obviously, I do I am massively affiliated to No Smoke. Rise obviously with Punchout Boxing. Neutral now has his own home here at iBoxingHub. But Ryan and I invest our time in this show and in this platform because, especially for me, gave me a massive break when I first started. Ra's obviously been doing his thing as the smooth criminal for a while for Punch Out. I actually met his co-partner over there at the last Shiraz show. But yeah, we're all trying to just build something for the fans and for all of you, and we have so much ideas and things that's coming out. I'm not going to kind of drop it right now, but there's game shows, there's that. We have a massive plan for everybody because this is the platform where we can truly, really express ourselves and not be as corporate, shall we say. So stay tuned, and it's gonna be a bumpy ride, Bev. Also, everybody would be happy to know I've grown back my facial hair. As you all know, I didn't feel as much of a human being and as manly as I always am. Almost akin to a Hercules, but everything is growing back now, and I just want to say thank you to God and and me for sticking through a really tough time in my life. So anyway, we're going to be starting the show off. Mr. Ra, you've been very silent. I think we're going to let you... a couple of shout outs. If our good AI brother could keep those first comments in rotation. We've had Aya come through. Aisha, big up. Aisha, big up. Jams Boxing, much love to you, bro. Hey,
Big
Rico
up,
and
Jams,
Stevie.
yeah.
Big up, Mr. Yeah, so for Jams. Hey, Rico, Ron, Stevie, hope you're all blessed. I'm looking forward to the show. Me too, bro. Sorry for that long ass interval. We have sponsors now, so we actually have obligations and duties. So please do check out D-Rock, and also we will shout it out at the end with the promotional code. Big up, Mr. Pads. Big up, lads. Can't wait for the Congo and Florio Marcu show. I'm assuming Bad Blood. Jams, first question. What do you lads think to what the BBBOC? You know, whenever I say the British Board of Boxing Control, I'd rather say that than that, because it sounds like it sounds like a category of something. I don't know. Have done to Nicola Hopewell after she was cleared to fight Dina Thorsalin Saturday for 3 belts, but the red tape ended that dream within 12 hours. Can't even lie to you, Jams.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed. To be honest with you, but we've seen it in it. You know, we've seen it so much. You know what? I want Stevie, as you're fully coming into the game now on a madness. I want to get what you have to say in a little preview of your show.
Right. Well, actually, can you stick that question up again, please, Trey? I want to see that in its full entirety. Right. What do you think that's done to Nicola Hopewell after she was cleared to fight Alex for 3, but the red tape ended the dream? I'm not.
What do you mean by red tape? Yeah,
the red tape being in the BBBOC's own procedural ramblings on it. They do. They try and do it. You know, it's also, you know, pompous. You got to have these procedures and all the rest of it. And red tape is where, in this case, she's done what they asked, but they're still looking for stuff that, you know, they're holding back and stuff. So let's just see where that goes. But if that's the case, what they've done there, then that's just awful to strip her of that like that. That is just
what's
awful.
the red tape? I don't think I know too much about the situation. I'll be real.
Well, as I say, I don't know the ins and outs of this story. Well,
her trainer,
Jams,
her trainer does
mental in Denmark, even though she's moving up 2 weight class to challenge the champ. It's too harsh, in my opinion. What are they expecting her to do for crying out loud? See, that's
moving
what I
up
mean.
2 weight classes. The thing is, you have to look at it like this.
Did she safely make the pre-weigh-in or not?
No, but if she's moving up to Steve, if she's moving up 2 weight classes and they're saying she can't make the pre-fight weight, that what do you mean? Like, if you're moving up in those weight classes for the fighter,
I believe the championship level fights they have check weigh-ins, don't they?
Yes. Right.
But if you're moving up, what's if you're under
safety reasons,
but it wouldn't.
It's not but Steve, it's not like that. There's no I would understand if it was sort of the opposite way in terms of you're coming down the weight classes. You're not. Do you know what I mean? Or you've been out. You're obviously heavy.
Look at the Irish lad there that fought the other week in Dublin. You were there.
Oh yeah, McCrory.
Yeah.
No, not McCrory. Is it McCrory? Yeah.
No, the northern.
No, it was Crocker.
Yeah. Lewis Crocker.
I'm so sorry, my Irish fans, man. I love you lot.
He had a pre-weigh-in of 150, and if he had coming over that, sorry, was it 150? Yeah, he's 150.
He came in over, yeah. He coming
under. He coming under, and they
said, really got away with that.
If you come in a pound over, then you're not, or a pound under, you're not going to fight. So I would imagine it's the same scenario here. If she's jumping up 2 weight classes, they're going to see.
I don't think it's the same, Steve. I don't think it's the same.
At a certain point, if you've not made this weight, you can't fight. That's the only thing I can think of with red tape.
No, but like with the Irish lad, he came in over. I believe the guy that he was fighting obviously
Was
was
it 3
coming.
pounds?
Yeah, but he was coming up. His opponent was coming up, but
His opponent was coming up. He was coming.
and the transition of the fight, I believe, like what his last fight was within 2 months at that time, which is weird because you should be at weight. If you're, do you know what I mean? If you just had the camp, you just had the fight, I think he enjoyed himself a little bit too much on that week break after that fight. But wait, one second, Jams. Mary Romero.
Sharon Chetin pulled out with a cut, so she pulled a fury basically. I don't get how these fighters are getting cut so close to a fight.
I don't get the sparring, Ra. The sparring that they're doing so close.
Fury, if you remember, only had 6 weeks camp. He was still sparring a week away from fight week. And that's why 6 weeks was never enough. You can't be sparring like that a week out.
But it's also on his sparring partner though. Why? Because we all saw the video. The punch he gave.
Because Tyson Fury allegedly questioned the size of his manhood or something.
No, but his head guard fully
annoyed with him.
No, but Stevie, his head guard was fully over his head. Like it for an impact to do that and cut it.
Aye, but the elbow can do that. It can move the headgear away from your eye and damage you.
I don't know. Like, look, we could literally go into Luke and his transgressions for at least the next 24 shows of the RnR Hour. But you know, I think just to kind of nip it in the bud with this one, because we do have a couple of topics for the show. It is unfortunate. I don't see. It's different, obviously, because it's world titles on the line. It's not just, you know, Crackham just fight. Do you know what I mean? It's actual legitimate stuff. So
Health and
I find it health and
1,000,000%.
If she's not gradually putting on the weight to go up, it's, you know, you can't just if you're however many pounds under, like let's say you're 20 pounds under or whatever like that, for just as a loose example, and you're coming up to fight date, that's you can't make that up in that amount of time healthily, as Stevie said. Jams is saying it's crazy. In my opinion, you shouldn't spar after there is 2 weeks to fight in that. Obviously, this has Tyson all written all over it. I'm not, you know, in the words of the great Mourinho, if I speak. So yeah, just nipping in the bud though.
Anyway,
go on.
You can bet your life, people inside the game, they're going to say, well, look, you lot are just fans. What do you know about running a training camp? Okay, fair enough. But the esteemed
I know not to do that.
He did an interview with Seconds Out. He was, of course, Usyk's first pro coach in America. And he himself said, and this is, remember, a top American coach. We know in America, they don't take sparring easy. He said, for a fight of this magnitude, I wouldn't be sparring 2 weeks out. Not full contact sparring anyway. So, you know, any of Tyson's team that says, what do you lot know about running a training camp? Fair enough, we don't. But your fellow professionals are saying a fight of that magnitude.
I think in this
but it's written law. You're not supposed to spar 2 to 3 weeks out of the fight. You don't have to be in a Ben Davison or a Kronk camp to know you're not. And if you are sparring, why is it to the head? Why is it not to the body? You know, Dominic Ingle to the body, not the head. It's there's don't, you know, I know that you do it a lot, Tyson, but let's not, you know, just do this nonsense thing, because His Excellency, and by the way, big up to His Excellency for following me. Much love to you, my guy. If you're following myself, obviously, Neutral's Corner Ra on Twitter, you will see me retweeting His Excellency's tweets due to the unblockage. Pause. So just want to big up my brother. Yes, finally, His Excellency Turki Al Sheikh, and I look forward to coming over to Saudi, brother, and yeah, shaking a hand. Pause. Anyway,
books for May the 18th, but still
you
are. Big up Lucy. I'm thinking she was over the weight,
overweight.
maybe 2 weight classes, but she was prepared to fight. I can't imagine she's walking around. No, I think Lucy, you're right. She would have been at her walk around weight and still has to take weight off. But I mean, this country's been stricter about health and safety since the 90s than most parts of the world. Then again, I can't imagine. I mean, Denmark's not going to be a slouch for health and safety. So why the board? Yeah, I don't know.
They do weird. No, Ra. The board do weird shit at weird times. They, there was the girl that was fighting. I can't remember who she was fighting. Tasha or Tacey. Anyway, she had a glass eye. She was allowed to fight the first time, and then when she came back, they said no because she had a glass eye. So what? Did you fire the geezer that said that she could fight the first time, or did you just realize, oh, do you know what I mean? It's my major issue with boxing as a whole is consistency, and this goes for every single category within it. Fighters, promoters, networks, everything is just consistency. Boards, sanctioning board. Like, you'll go through this whole campaign for Conor Benn, but in the past, other fighters have literally fought you in a legal battle, and you've just, you've taken the knee. But do you know what I mean? And even when I'll never forget the first time I ever tried to, and he's a really lovely guy, by the way, Andrew Smith. First time I ever tried, he ran. We were in Bournemouth that time.
Robert. You mean
Robert, sorry.
Andrew.
I'm saying Andrew Smith. Robert Smith.
He ran. Adam Smith.
No, big up Adam Smith, by the way. I think did he make his return? He did. We'll talk about that in a sec. But yeah, dude ran. He ran like the judge that gave a Coley one of the scorecards there. I'll never forgive. But yeah. What are you saying, Rob?
Jams makes a good point here. He asked the question. Got the offer at 11 p.m. last night, and it was banned at 11 a.m. Now, speaking to some of the small-time promoters that I know, the bureaucracy of the board is one of the real pain in the ass for these guys, because it seems like they're as part-time as us. Yeah,
they are. Like, they're an independent body.
There's like limited days and limited times where they will do their checks. So, as based on what Jams is saying, they got a last minute offer, but
right,
they're probably
some of them are working at the Five Guys.
We're about to go to bed. I'm going to start my night shift, so sorry, I can't sign this off till tomorrow. Comes to tomorrow.
Oh no, sorry. Right, if anyone's
we can't clear it. So
if anyone's been to Africa and you try and go to get a document of legality of any sort, they'll process your shit sorry, we have to go on our tea break. That's exactly the vibes. Ryan knows exactly what the hell I'm talking about. He just came back from Bangladesh. Literally, dude will look you in your eye, just about to stamp the last thing and say, do you know what? I need to go have tea over there. So that's the board. And I keep on saying this, is that they're an independent body, not connected to the government in any shape or form. That's a massive problem, because you're not governed. You yourself aren't governed. You make your own shit up at the drop of a hat. The board, like any independent, like how the hell can you have someone regulating a sport where you could die and they're independent? It's like an
Exactly.
episode of Peaky Blinders. It's weird. Stevie, what do you reckon?
It's a landscape of liability in that case, you know. We have a sports minister in this country, and
He don't do shit.
he doesn't do nothing for boxing.
He gave
They never
40
have.
million to rugby, Steve. 40
Yeah.
million. Who the hell
So
watches rugby? Respectfully.
boxing's one of the sports at grassroots level that has to rely on charity and national lottery handouts, and it's just not right. If you know the BBBOC have to pay something towards the government, I would imagine. So there must be more. There must be more grip on this sport by UK government uh, to professionalize it as an industry, like they do with other sports,
Stevie,
and ensure the health
you're
and safety of boxers through.
you're expecting so much from
Well, but they do it for other
a
sports.
board
Why
that
not boxing?
almost have their acronyms is almost from a dirty site. It's just not cohesive. There's so much that needs to change in boxing, and I believe that His Excellency Turki Al Sheikh is the one for the change. You know, I genuinely believe that. Look at what the man has done in such a short amount of time.
But he could be another one that could just turn up to be another Dana White or another, you know.
But look
Vince
at no, but
McMahon.
people complain about the UFC model, but let's be honest, the best fight the best. You know, with it being such a young sport, maybe 50 years old, it's come through leaps and like the fact that the UFC can say that the number one and number two, there's not four belts, Stevie. Like there's literally the rankings.
That's right.
That's one ranking, only
But
one.
they don't have the numbers of amateur boxers that boxing does. They don't.
No, I think the competition is higher. That's what I think. I think the competition is
fully grown men to
because some people, Stevie, rated 40 in the world. They're not really. There's a lot of mirage with boxing, I think, and hopefully we see the sport change in which looks like it's now. One thing, obviously, I wanted to speak about with you, gentlemen. We've seen the press conferences with your good Scootish brother, a fellow bagpipe holder, in Josh Taylor. We've obviously seen Jack Catterall grip the neck again. Josh Taylor obviously looking like me on a Sunday, after hitting the town. And I don't do that shit anymore. I'm too old, even though these devilishly young looks. But I just want to get your opinion on the whole thing. Stevie, we'll go with you first, and then obviously we'll get the truly unbiased opinion with a Mr. Ra Holcomb. Jack seems to have his number, Stevie. He seems to be carrying the bagpipes from that.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that, please? He seems to have his what?
He seems to have his number. He seems to be carrying the bagpipes from the very first fight. You're wearing headphones. You can hear all the shit I'm saying. And it just seems that Josh is lost, Steve.
Right. You say that. Right. Let's go to the two presses that we've had already. One in Edinburgh and the other one in Manchester. Right. The two occasions, Jack Catterall is like a meek little mouse. He does not know what to say. He's got no acting skills. He's about as interesting as Steve Interesting Davis, the snooker player from the 80s. Ra, you understand what I'm saying there. This guy
Jesus, Mr. Interesting.
couldn't sell out a telephone box. Right? Oh, he'll demand 4,000 tickets, but that's half of his bloody family. are going, and all the Manchester lads and all the rest of it. But
that is not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing.
The thing is, though, he's got in Manchester, Chorley, wherever he's from, he's got very, very good support, and quite rightly so, because he's a half decent boxer. But he bored Josh Taylor to death in Edinburgh, right? Josh Taylor running round after that man for 7 rounds. I mean, Jack Catterall was for a guy that won a 10-8 round, and then the referee points awarded off. You know, he relied on that just to get it being close. Otherwise, he would have got no swing rounds. Undisputed champion on home ground, and you expect swing rounds to go to Jack Catterall? Are you mad? It's not happening.
Can I just say,
this fight? Sorry, Ricco. This fight, it will be righted once again, but this time, no excuses.
Can I just say, you and those other 2 judges, and possibly my milkman, are the only people in existence, including Scottish people, that believe that man won that fight. He didn't win. He, that.
Don't get me wrong. Come the 12th round, I felt Josh could lose this, but he won that last round for me, and that's what nicked it. I had him up overall just by 1 round. Had he not taken that last round, it would have been obviously a 1 round win to Jack. But I was on tenterhooks at the judging. But I thought to myself at the time, no, Josh will get it purely because Jack Catterall didn't fulfill the 10-point must system for 12 rounds. He had some rounds which he clearly won, maybe 5 rounds he won, including one of the 10-8 rounds. But it was them differences in the pointage from 2 10-8s to Josh winning 10-9s that it was hard to score.
But it wasn't hard to score. You could tell
you can't
you could. There was literally clear, decisive. There was one
Stop
round.
looking at it from an even point of view.
What do you mean?
Again,
I
come back to the point
from an even point of
view.
Did
you agree Lomo? Did you agree Lomo beat Heaney?
No.
No. Did you agree that Barroso beat Rowley?
That's not fair. I believe I believe God wanted Rowley to win that fight. If I'm being really honest.
WBC, WBO, and WBA judges, IBF and the IBO, you can forget them. But then 3 judges have the 10-point must system where you've got to satisfy 4 rules of boxing. And Jack Catterall did not do enough on the week round to take that off an undisputed champion, right? The only way he was going to get a result there was winning 8 rounds clear, decisively, or knocking him out. That was the only win situation for Jack Catterall, and he wasn't good enough on the night for that. In the last,
he was good enough.
Rounds, he was running.
I think we need to send neutral to Misfits Boxing. He can join IMD. Josh, this is what I'm saying. I don't even the Scottish. You've been in Liverpool too long, bro. Even the Scottish, even William Wallace. I spoke to William Wallace the other day through a necromancer.
Robin,
he said,
"Hang on, bang on neutral."
Big of my uncle Robin. Much love to you, bro. What about Fury and Ngannou? That's got to be it there with the biggest robberies in history. You're absolutely right, Jams. I've said that Lucas lost that fight. We all agree that he lost that fight. All of us. Not really. Do you know what it is? We spent so many episodes on so many platforms, on so many apps now talking about Ngannou beating Fury. I think that one is just itself. But in terms of it's obviously it's been too late. Well, I say too late. It's all the pre-sale tickets have sold out. Big up to my guy Matty Lawless again from Matchroom. Congratulations on that one. Neutral, I like you, and I like when you argue with the American mongs. But come on, Catterall clearly won that. Josh, he did, and Neutral, he gives me stick about this all the time.
He clearly. See, this
No,
is the thing
Neutral
I
gives
don't
me no.
understand.
Neutral, you give me stick. You give me stuck about this all the team, right? You always Ricco, you're back in the raw. No, okay, he lost. Steve, please.
Right, they say the same about when Canelo and GGG.
Yeah, Canelo lost that fight.
Yeah. Is there the same amount of vociferous rhetoric for that? No. It's only because of an
No,
English Scotsman.
the facilities
Right?
rhetoric is coming from you, buddy.
I'll defend my countrymen to the hilt.
So will I. This is why
what it's
the
all
link up.
about. This is the
It's
beauty
what
of
it's all
England,
about, baby.
Scotland. Don't
But
pussy out, you English people now, right?
we
He
obviously
got beat.
he didn't.
do enough.
Raw,
Carroll,
Raw,
you need to get more
you
interesting. You're
yeah, Raw.
boring me, Jack.
No, he's not. No, Raw, no.
Yes,
See,
he's
okay, wait. Just before we get
Dylan
Raw in.
Foley. Oh my God, that was a boring
No,
fight.
Raw, no. Steve, no.
He should be banging out Linares at his age and his time in his career. No, boring fight. And mate, make no mistake.
Linares obviously
Josh
came.
Taylor is going to come into this fight a totally different fight than you've seen.
Yeah. He's going to come in worse.
This wee man.
Coming worse. He's going to come in. He's going to come in with He's going to come in with half a bagpipe and 3/4 of a kilt. Okay, that's what he's going to come in with. There's going to be no Steve, you know I love you. You know I do. But you're carrying, you're putting all your bagpipes in one basket. Don't do that.
Jack Carroll, of course I am. I mean, had it been a better one welterweight that you talked about, had that been a Teal or a Bud Crawford, then I'm going to agree with you. But it wasn't. It was Jack Carroll. Who else at 140 was going to give Josh a problem?
Okay.
And don't forget, Jack took the step-aside money that was given. Let's not forget that.
What do you mean step aside? And then he took his
Josh upheld his
perfect business sense. Perfect business sense. He took the step aside money, right? He got free bread, and then he proceeded to beat the shit out of Josh Taylor and get robbed.
He lost.
No. Scotland watched Braveheart the night before,
suck it up. He lost.
Oh, mate.
2 English judges
on paper.
I don't know. He was watching. He gave it to Carroll.
Yeah, the English judges. They must be. I don't know. I don't know who got to them. Someone did. And
WBO, WBA, and WBC,
Stevie, the great promoter, Ben Shalom,
and judges.
Ben
They're not there to do Josh Taylor any favors.
Look. Yes, they are. You've got the only favor. I don't care. It's not even about nationalities when you're in that judging booth. When you're in that
been Jack Carroll who was champion, I'd agree. Josh didn't do enough to win it. How about that?
What are you? What seriously? So if Josh beats him this time, you're definitely going to be like,
If Carroll had won that, if Carroll was the undisputed champion, right? Josh Taylor come to England. Manchester, the hometown or the home big city of Jack Carroll, right? You put that exact same fight, the way it played out, and you've got English judges, American judge, and a Mexican judge, right? Do you think that the outcome would be completely different?
Yes, Jack would have won.
No. The answer's the same. Jack would have won, but the answer's the same. Josh
he
wouldn't have
gave me
done enough.
he gave me silence before he gave the no.
No, incredulous.
Wait, Nisha, you, literally, you and I could go on for years about this. But Ra,
Very
let's get
much.
your final thoughts. I'd like to talk about another subject after this blasphemous things from
You
our
asked for it, mate. You asked for it. Throw
mate.
yourself in the lines.
I know
Then
it's better than to
Pull
stop a
yourself together.
Scotsman in full flow. So
Wait, sorry,
come on,
Trey.
man.
Can we bring up that last one? Well, I think we can all agree Campbell Hatton stops Josh and Jack. I think that's I think it's proven.
Yeah, that's
There's no doubt about it. Obviously,
that's
Shakur Stevenson recognizes the great Campbell Hatton, as he's tweeted him. You know, yeah, God bless Campbell Hatton. I can't wait until you're a pay-per-view star.
the Kevin Meaney of British boxing.
Just even more exemplary.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we let's get a little bit of Canelo action in here. Obviously, you know, his greatness, Al Heyman.
Right, guys, I'm going to relocate. I'll be back in a minute.
No problem, mate. No problem. Neutral's obviously just going to Jack Catterall's basement. Hopefully that fight still happens. With
you heard someone saying something positive about him,
and they got the shotgun just in the background, literally, just like what did he say? And these are in Liverpool as well. He needs to be careful. Yeah, obviously speaking about Saul, we've seen that the Jamal Charlo fight isn't going to be happening. Thank God.
Yeah,
Nobody wanted that fight. But Ra, I really want to get your opinion on this, because Al is obviously offering him he's offering him the Munguía fight for that guaranteed purse of 35 million as per their contract for that 3-fight deal. And you know, they're saying that they'll pay it for Munguía, who is a Golden Boy fighter. I'm assuming the deal will be directly done with Munguía. He is Golden Boy, but as I understand it, there is avenues in there for you know, Mr. Heyman. I do believe that, you know, there has been this rumor about PBC shows not, you know, being self-funded for production. I've heard that that's not actually true. You know, I can't see Amazon putting on a boxing event and leaving it up to the promoter to kind of do everything like that. Not that it doesn't happen; it happens all the time. But for something that significant, pay-per-view, Mr. Jeff Bezos is covering all bases. Ra, what do you think about everything?
I think it's very strange as to why Canelo signed with PBC then. I would have thought it's because he fancied to go on 3 of their big names. So he had one of the Charlos. No pause. Yeah. One of the Charlos, and then the obvious one would have been Benavidez and or Morel. As our illustrious colleague Trey keeps insisting, Canelo is ducking Benavidez.
That is cap. So that's lies.
It's a strange decision. I mean, why would he go over there to not then fight 3 of their fighters?
Because 3 of the fighters don't want to fight him, wrong. Benavidez is, I think it's just empty.
Mal Charlo, forget it. But Benavidez, I'm sure would, and I'm sure David Morrell.
He's mandatory. He's sure interim champion.
Yeah, he's interim champion. So it's a strange one. That after all that, PBC are then forced to go and do a cross-promotional gig if it comes off, and if it doesn't, then he leaves and fights on another promotional outfit. So at this point, I'll make no pretense. I don't think I ever have. I'm no Canelo fan. I'm still holding it against him for ducking Triple G when he was a middleweight.
What do you mean? He fought him twice at middleweight?
Yeah, when Canelo had got old, when Golovkin was
No,
initially made.
no,
When,
no, Ra, no.
Yes,
Triple G,
yes,
the third
yes,
fight is
yes.
old. Okay, those
No,
first two
no,
fights
no.
were classics.
When Golovkin was made mandatory for Canelo when he held the WBC middleweight belt,
Yeah, he dropped the belt.
He dropped the belt. That's a duck. That's a
Strategic.
duck. And what did he do? He dropped back down to 155 so he could knock out a chinny lightweight, Amir Khan. Come on.
And
on top of that, he
really
then tests positive for something and gets a 6-month ban when he only fights twice a year.
It's common knowledge that livestock in El Mexico are fed that particular drug, and that there is, if you test any
common,
it's
say
true.
It's common knowledge. Nah,
yes,
don't give me that.
No, rather,
are you an expert on Mexican farming practices? No,
I fucking might as well be, to be honest with you. I have the afro for it.
All of us think we're experts and stuff when none of us really are. He got a bullshit cover off Maurizio. So anyway, that aside, I ain't a fan of his because of that. On top of that, from a purely boxing point of view, although I've always been high on Undisputed Champs, and well done to him for getting that at 168, now it's getting boring because an undisputed champ who has enormous financial clout then holds up the division. Because, as we've talked about, there is a potential for a phenomenal amount of matchups at super middleweight. But because he's got all the belts and the governing bodies let him do what he wants, those fights ain't getting made. So, yeah, I want him to get beat now. Let the belts all become, available for all these young crop of danger men duke it out over. But he's getting leeway. I'm just, as you two were rambling on about Josh and Jag, I was just getting updated on the news, and Eddie Hearn reckons after Saturday night, if Berlanga beats Paddy McCrory, which incidentally I don't think he will, he reckons if they don't make the Munguía fight, Canelo will come back and make the Berlanga fight on DAZN. Again, tough fight, really. And maybe that's where Canelo's at now. And, people going about, oh, he's earned the right. And nah. This whole thing about earning the right for easy fights, if you're a champion, you never get an easy ride. What Floyd did when he sort of semi-retired was fine because he weren't a champion. He gave up the belts. He wants to fight some tough fights every 2 years and exhibitions. Cool. He's earned that. But whilst you're the champion, measure is unceasing. Lucy, you're right. He would beat the hell out of Berlanga. And I actually don't think it will happen. I think Paddy McCrory will beat him. So, yeah, I'm not high on Canelo. Bored of him. Not that interested now in whether he fights Munguía, who's another guy on my unforgiven list, as you know. By the way, any metal fans out there, listen to Unforgiven 2. Absolutely beautiful song. And a couple of these fighters go on that list. Munguia's another one. Doesn't deserve it. Looking to cash out. Benavidez ain't much better, but I'll give him a bit of a pass because he's now trying. And the talk is, though, he's looking like giving up on 168 and fighting Wodzik next at 175. So he might win me over as a result of that. But yeah, that's my views on Canelo. Fed up of him, wanting to get beaten, want the belts to be all made available. so we could have a 168 tournament of these young hotshots.
Yeah, me too.
Because Jams, you know, I love you, especially as me and you and our BFFs, because we both agree Crawford would beat Canelo at 168. I don't think it's a big ask to beat Berlanga. Berlanga has got hype job written all over him. He's had a mild step up after 16 KOs and now struggles to get knockouts. And on top of that, he looks really limited. Poddy can hit. He's got a good amateur background. I think he's going to expose Berlanga. I don't think it's that big an ask.
I don't think so. I think Berlanga, and I will be backing the Irish on this one. You know, big up to my brother Lee. He actually had an interview with him today. Go check that out on No Smoke YouTube. But I don't think it's I think people are very disrespectful on Berlanga because you know he doesn't seem, he's not quite polished. I think we can all agree. We can all agree he's not quite polished. And
He's a messy fighter, yeah.
He's a very messy fighter, Stevie. That's eloquently put. I would rather him go 12 rounds and learn and be dominant in that fashion after what, how many fights has he had? 16? Yeah, you know, he's 26.
No, he's on 20 something now.
20 something.
His first 16 opponents were knockouts.
No. But this is what I'm saying. The Puerto Ricans, the El Mexicanos, you know, all the brothers out there, they turn you pro young. We all know why. Fiji journeyman, you know, it's
that ain't gonna watch. Belanga's
I think that streak screwed
Puerto Rican
Berlanga.
American. He's from New York. He weren't brought up in Puerto Rico. He was brought up in New York.
So, one's a Puerto Rican, always a Puerto Rican, pal. Can we bring up Lucy's comment? Sorry, Trey. I think that streak screwed Berlanga.
And they didn't really help him develop at all. Yeah, you're
that's
right.
what I'm saying. He's developing now. He's had easy knockouts. Yeah, 21 fights.
21
come on, lad. Come on. 21 fights, 26 years old. Give him.
Hey, listen. I'd
say save judgment, Ra, until his next opponent. Because if he. Sorry, Stephen.
No, go on.
No, I was gonna say let's hold and reserve judgment until his next opponent. Because if he doesn't get a proper big step up after beating, you know, our Irish brother,
I think Poddy is a step up.
No.
I think Poddy is a genuine contender. If he beats him conclusively, then I'll happily admit I was wrong. I don't think he will. I think the best he's going to get is a gift on the scorecards. That's the best I think he'll get.
No, I don't think so. I think he has been improving. He has been improving with each fight, in my opinion, anyway.
I had the rumor that if Munguia's not actually picked Berlanga, Eddie would want Berlanga.
Yeah,
there's no way.
And
what for who? For Canelo?
No, for Berlanga and Munguia.
Actually, you know what? That's a fight I can get behind.
Yeah.
Two bums, as our illustrious
two unbeaten bums. And isn't it mad that Munguia's had double the fights that
it's Isaac Lowe, Ra. That's who you were thinking about. Big up Isaac Lowe, man. We love you.
Isaac, the best scholar in boxing, as he describes, two bums. Yeah, Munguia and Berlanga. That's the sort of fight that should happen because two guys who've got really padded records, both limited technically, both fancy themselves as badasses.
He's not limited. No, Berlanga's not limited. I think you're being a little bit overly harsh, Ra. I do think that you do get that developmental stage. Thing is, though, with America, the annoying thing about them is that they don't have English level, they don't have British level, they don't put the same eyes on their domestic scene as we do. You're kind of like you're it or you're not it, you know. And I think that's that's one of the main reasons for the decline in American boxing, in my opinion. They don't hold value in.
Get this.
It's true.
21-0, 16 KOs.
That's what I'm saying.
So
26 years
the
old.
The 5 that he hasn't knocked out has been his last 5 opponents. So,
yes.
Read into that.
I don't want easy. No, Ra. I don't want the knockout. Get the rounds in. Get the rounds in, because when 168 is no small division. It's almost the gateway from 160, 168, and 175. We know that that's been the tier for certain bodily shaped fight.
He went the distance with Caceres, who got knocked out by Billy Joe Saunders, a non-puncher at super middleweight, and Diego Pacheco. Now that's
Billy had a great night.
Super middleweight prospect who's developing.
Jams, brilliant fight. Caleb Plant versus Edgar Berlanga. Brilliant fight. Brilliant. Caleb needs to actually get some activity. Like the PBC need to sort whatever shit they have going on and get their fighters out.
There was a shout today.
That's why
there was a shout today that Caleb Plant and Canelo 2 might be having.
No, Steve. No, we're not. No, that's where I draw the line. That's where I draw.
Say that again, Steve.
Canelo.
There's a rumor going around. It's Canelo's fighting Plant again.
It's not a rumor. That one's not true. Okay, everything about Campbell Hatton that we say is true. Apart from,
I'll tell you, I wouldn't put it past the PBC to offer it, because
you know what? We're putting such negative energy in the world,
Lucy,
man. Let's not.
Listen. Lucy,
but Pacheco's
listen. I'm big on Lucy's analysis. We know Lucy's big up to her. She's one of our Detroit girls, and we know Detroit is
a
real center of boxing tradition.
And they gave us the minimum.
I met him when he came to London, and he bigged up the Ra Hokum hat. Said I got the best outfit. So yeah, me and Diego, we're like that now. Yeah. So I think he's the best of this crop of super middleweight prospects. And he's been moved along very nicely. So, yeah, just to finish then, my view on Canelo, bored of him now. Looks like he's just looking to he's going the usual way, I guess, that most fighters do. Maximum money for minimum risk, which is cool. If I was his manager, I'd be telling him to do the same thing, but I'm not a boxing manager. I'm a boxing fan. And as a fan, ain't doing it for me. So
but Pacheco
not interested in Canelo right now. And I want him to get beat.
I don't share Ra's enthusiasm with our El Mexicano Caparonis brothers. I believe that this Mexican Afro that I have has made me realize that Canelo, he's. I'll reserve my judgment for Twitter. But no, obviously, just to kind of finish off, we do have a show that's happening on Saturday. Isaac Cruz will be fighting, I believe. It is a matchroom show that's happening.
Isaac Cruz? Do you mean Andy Cruz?
Andy Cruz. I do apologize. You know what it is? It's almost Friday.
I mean, Isaac Cruz is fighting soon. He's fighting Ronnie, but that's a few weeks later.
No, I got them completely mixed up. So we do obviously have a matchroom show that's happening at the dead of fucking night, as everything usually happens. Might as well do the announcements obviously at the end of the show. I will be off. There won't be an RnR hour next week. I will be having a bit of a blackout for the next 5 days next week. Kind of leading up to the AJ Ngannou.
There might be an RnR hour.
Yes, there will be an RnR hour, just not with me. Just not with me. I'm taking the day raw. I am. Wait, pause. Raw and probably neutral, or whichever one of my good brothers and sisters will be joining Raw, just to keep up the momentum and the potato head banner that you can see just above us. Yeah, there will obviously be a show. I will be doing. Bro, we asked. Anyway, we'll talk about this again. big card in Japan on Saturday too. Yes,
the rubbish little brother of. I'll say rubbish, but only rubbish relative to his brother. He's actually still pretty good. And
on a level of Marcellus Wilder and rubbish. Where are we going? Obviously, big up to Marcellus, man. We're rooting for you, bro.
Jams, you make a good point about Hamza Shiraz. You know what? I love Hamza, but if he goes straight into a world title fight, could be in for a rude awakening, because even though the middleweight
he is massive at that weight, man. He's very big.
So is Janibek. And the difference in skill at world level, even a relatively weak world level, is considerable. I would like him to have that Saudi Matchroom v Queensbury fight, whether it's Felix Cash or Ammo Williams, because
I'd rather Ammo Williams. Felix is not ready. I think he'll get easily beat if that fight.
Yeah, Felix has been out and he's in and out. You're right.
He's young.
He's hard hitting. He's going to come to win. That's pretty much a 50-50 fight. If he gets through Ammo, then yeah, I would say you're ready for a Janibek or even an Adames. You know, he's not well known, but he's going to be well schooled.
But it is a true 50-50 fight, as you were saying, Ro, with Hamza and Ammo Williams.
Yeah,
I've been a massive fan of Ammo. We both been a massive fan of Shiraz. Both think that we should take that fight. Hopefully, I might do some stories and tag Edward. We'll see. We'll see kind of what kind of happens there. But yes, I will be doing watch along for the fights on Saturday, as I said. Then I will be going on a massive, 5-day break. Raw. Obviously, I hope that you can kind of join me. Obviously, if you don't, then that's absolutely fine. But what do we have to look out for? No.
I don't know what you had in mind.
I mean, you can do if you want.
I think you'll want that trip for yourself. Listen, Saturday I'm going to York Hall, TM14 Promotions. It's a great card. There's 2 Southern area title fights, unbeaten prospects, all of that good stuff. So that's going to be on Fight Zone. You can watch it for free on Fight Zone, and look out for the some of the content I get from that. Otherwise, it's still early days in the boxing year. Yeah, I'm going to be looking forward to the Paddy McCrory fight. I think he will upset the odds there, and then we've got some big stuff coming up in March, haven't we?
We do. We have massive stuff coming up in March. I know it's been a bit dead on the whole boxing news scene, but every day is a movie in the world of boxing. Just want to obviously big up our sponsors again. D-Rock Clothing. Please go check out the website. That is D-Rock in association with iBoxingHub, worn by contenders like a Joseph Parker. Also former fighters like a Johnny Nelson, the longest reigning cruiserweight champion in the world. And I'm not going to lie, I can't. Who's that? Anyway, big up to you, my guy. Thank you so much to D-Rock for sponsoring us, and we love you. And please, also there will be the live watch-along party by the 505, hosted by myself, Shiesty, and Fight in Words. Big up to Rob from Fight in Words. Please, guys, get your tickets as soon as you possibly can. It is going to be a movie. You're going to get massive banter from myself. And there's going to be so many boxes coming through. Also, if you're a fan of grime, aka rap, aka what have you, Big Nasty will be coming down there with a host of all other people. It's going to be sensational. Please go out there and get your tickets. You can also get a promo code if you go onto my Twitter or follow Oddbody Garms. Also, Mr. Jack Trimble, who owns the tattoo parlor. If you scan that QR code, you're following all of us, you will be in a chance to win time for your tattoo, which I think Jack is donating like 3 or 4 hours. for the winner. So you need to be on there. Also, clothing and everything, mad giveaways. I didn't think in my age right now that I would be doing mad sponsorships on a show that has my potato head in the corner. So I just want to thank God and my co-host Ra for putting up with the long intervals. And yeah, there's so much to look forward to. I'll see you guys at the watch along, which I will be doing for iBoxingHub. So plenty of content for Saturday that I'll be doing, plenty of content for Sunday that I will be doing. Please check out Ra's interviews, Punchout Boxing. That is Punchout Boxing. Follow Ra on Instagram, Twitter, OnlyFans. I think there's a subscription with his OnlyFans. I'm not sure.
Well worth it.
I don't know. But also the promo code in his bio. But yeah, thank you to everybody that's tuned into the show. Thank you to all the fans that support us. Ra, give us the closing words, brave.
Ricco, you've been working really hard for boxing community. So well deserved.
You have too, brother, man.
Go away and enjoy it. Obviously, we're all a bit deflated because this week we were meant to be recapping the newly crowned undisputed heavyweight champ, but we're used to it as boxing fans, so it don't matter. Like I said, plenty of other good shows. Fans, all of you, thanks for taking part, watching, and we'll be back in a fortnight. If I can get someone to cuck Ricco, I'll be back with them next week. But have a
this guy's gonna try to get someone to rape me. I need to check one on my bed. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another RnR Hour. Take care, God bless, and see you in a fortnight.
It's another band. All the mass and cars now, whichever get up. Light up my card with a sweet one, please. Someone flicks me up.